IISER Bhopal.
Thank you.
So we'll start with the very first question that we generally ask. Could you just briefly describe us through your journey from your school days to joining IISER Bhopal and then joining such an prestigious institute like IISc as a faculty?
Yeah. So it's a bit of a journey, I think, because my school days were scattered all over India because my father served in the armed forces. And then eventually I landed up for a BSMS at IISER Bhopal. So it's a 2011 batch.
Yes.
So until 2016. And then for my PhD, I went to the Max Planck Institute for Kohlenforschung. It's in Mülheim in Germany. And after that, I actually was a Hembo long-term fellow in Stockholm University in the Department of Biochemistry and Biophysics. So a bit of a journey, hopping countries and cities, at the same time hopping through different research fields, and eventually I joined in IISc Bangalore in November 2024 last year.
Okay. So you are a part of 2011 batch of IISER. So
Yeah.
how does it feel to see institute growth from that time to now you have visited our campus?
Yeah, I think it's massive growth because when we started our program, it was in the ITI campus.
Okay.
It was back in the main city. This current campus was not built. It was right in the phase of building up. So we see almost brick by brick how the institute formed and how it developed over the years. And it looks super fantastic how it has come from ITI campus until the fully fledged campus here in Bahari.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sir, can you please tell us about some of your fondest memories from the chemistry labs and hostels at IISER Bhopal?
Yeah, I mean there are many actually because from the chemistry lab I would say all the experiments we did in the organic and the inorganic, I think they were fantastic. They were too time taking, at the same time they were too fun. At the same time in the hostel it was much more fun, I would say, because all the drama before the exams, you know, the day before the exam, they were too much, and it was real fun because it was all sleepless nights, and
Yeah.
I hope you can relate to this.
We can actually relate, that's
So it has stayed the same as I feel talking to you. So I think those were really fun because we all used to so-called help each other in the examination for the preparations, and yeah. It was quite fantastic. I mean, there are so many memories in the hostel or in the cricket ground or just walking around the campus.
So sir, like when you were at our age, so you used to study at a very last moment, or you used to study regularly through the semester?
Well, to be honest, I think most of us used to study 2 weeks before the examination. I think that has stayed, I guess, still the same for most of the students.
For most of the students,
For the most of the student, but people do other things as the semester goes on, like working on the skill sets and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's the spirit of IISER Bhopal, which has, I guess, also stayed the same so far. What I feel after talking to many people here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sir, like, are there any specific courses or professors here at IISER Bhopal that sparked your interest in chemistry?
Yeah, certainly. So I think specifically to the field I work in, the computational chemistry, I think the spark really began from my first year, basically when I was an IUS fellow in HBCAC-TIFR.
Okay.
So there I worked with Dr. Tapan Ghanti in BARC, and I think that's the point when I realized the true potential of computational chemistry as a subject and what actually it can offer. And I think then subsequent courses back in the chemistry department on quantum chemistry and statistical mechanics, or let's say crystallography, they really help cement the foundation of theoretical and computational chemistry in my career, I think.
So sir, like, what is the one thing that you feel that has stayed same with IISER Bhopal, and what are the things that you feel should be, that at that time the things were not there, but this time we have those privileges?
I think the thing that has stayed the same is the very spirit of IISER Bhopal. Okay, it has stayed the same. It was the same in 2011 or even before that. right from the ITI campus, I guess the spirit has stayed the same. This is what I feel, and the spirit has not gone away. And I think is the very spirit which makes this place look as it looks, right? The way it looks. So, and the thing which we would like to probably have in our time, probably a CCD. We never had that. And a fully fledged cricket field, maybe.
Yeah, it was.
We used to play it, but it was a bit rough. I mean, the grounds were not so prepared, but we would have definitely loved it. But no complaints, the institute has grown tremendously fast during also in our phase. So we lately during our time here in IISER Bhopal got to enjoy most of it, what you have right now, actually.
Okay. So like there was not CCD shopping center that we have. I
No,
don't
nothing.
think so. It was there.
Nothing was there, no.
Okay. So sir, like from our institute and from many other IISERs, most of the students want to go abroad and for foreign and try for foreign PhDs and postdocs. So what do you feel? What's the correct time they should start preparing for these things, and what should they focus on beyond their CGPA?
Right. I think there is no quote-unquote right time for starting. I think one has to slowly build, and it is part of the character, I think, right? I think one has to work on themselves as far as science and non-science work together, right? So there is no right time as such, but I think people can start really thinking about their subject preferences right in the third year. I guess that's when you select also your major. But people also should be very open, because right now the sciences are moving towards more interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary areas. So people should try different streams, take courses from different departments actually. So there is no right time as such in my head, but I think it's a more of a gradual process that people, I think students here should adapt to. That will actually help them in a more long run, because it's very consistent.
So step by step we should focus on building our skills.
Exactly. I think skill set building is very important, and I think then this gets reflected in your CV and in the whole character as well, and this is very important, I think.
Okay, so one more thing that I wanted to ask you, like whenever we apply for an internship or for a postdoc or PhD, we are always asked to write an SOP. So what's the secret behind writing a great SOP? Because I have seen people like who have written very well, they're getting the internships, but who have not written that well, they didn't get those internships.
Right. I think it's a very subjective matter, because SOP as such, I think the best way to write it is it should not be very generic, number one, and a very important point, it should come from within you. It should be centered around you, what you want from that particular position, and where do you see yourself in the next few years. I think if it's tailored to you, then it's something that is also reflected on your CV, or is already reflecting. So it's I think it's this is one of the most important factors when writing the SOP. As far as when you write a SOP and still not get selected, and I think one reason is SOP is not the only thing which you get selected, which is the only criteria which gets you selected in a certain position, and I think there are many factors, and almost all should click. So also there is always some luck involved.
Yes, sure.
So it's a bit of everything. So it's not only about SOP, but SOP one should write using. It should reflect you, and it should be your own words.
Combined efforts from all directions.
From all directions. Where do you see yourself? It should be future projecting, and it should give a true reflection of what you want actually, and what values you bring to that position as well. So it's a two-way process always.
Okay. Sir, what kind of qualities do you look for when you are selecting a PhD or a JRF for your lab?
Right. So the quality we as a department at IISc, we look is ability to think. I think that's the most important thing. We are not looking for the right answers. We are looking your ability to think and actually go beyond what is there already. So people who take pause and actually think deep enough about a problem when asked during an interview, for example, I think this intrigues us and certainly tells a lot about the candidate, because PhD is a long-term commitment, and certainly you will need, you will have a lot of moments when actually when your research is not working, but one should never feel disheartened about it. But more importantly, people should actually have the ability to think long enough or good enough so that they can carry out the project nicely.
Okay.
So the resilience we look for. So those are the very important things.
Okay. So, like, computational chemistry is often seen as a very daunting subject. People fear it a lot. Like, majority of students get feared from that subject because of mathematics and coding involved. So what you have to say to those students, like, so that they can overcome their fear of that subject?
Yeah.
I myself, I am very scared of computational chemistry.
Right, right. I get this question many times.
Yes.
And so with this interview as well, I would like to tell to everyone who is listening to this is, as far as theoretical and computational chemistry are concerned, there are different streams of it. Okay?
Yes, sir.
One stream is actually is called theoretical chemistry, which mostly deals with method development as well.
Yes, sir.
That one requires a lot of mathematics and coding. So just to make it clear in a layman language so that everyone can understand. And the second is the computational chemistry, where you actually use these equations already coded in some packages, okay, to work on chemical problems of your own interest.
Okay.
So these are, let's say, softwares
Yes,
you
sir.
use, right?
Yeah.
So this is the segregation. Okay, so theoretical chemistry, as far as the method development is concerned, you might require a lot of mathematics and coding. But as far as the computational chemistry is concerned, where you use these methods, this is something very different. So I think people first should understand this. Okay, and it's not always that computational chemistry needs mathematics all the time. I think most of the time it needs good chemical intuition,
Okay.
and a problem in hand that is very difficult for experiment to solve, and something you can solve computationally and predict future experiments that can be performed. So more directed experiments.
Okay.
So computational chemistry offers you that. So it's not necessarily you need mathematics all the time, actually.
Problem-centric approach we need. Like,
Absolutely.
we have to solve this problem. That's all we should.
Exactly. I think one should not be scared from this computational chemistry and theoretical chemistry, but I think it's chemistry at the end of the day.
Yes,
Okay.
obviously.
So you think about the chemical problem, and the goal is to solve this problem. And
That should be our ultimate goal, that we have to
Exactly.
solve this problem.
I think people should not fear the process.
They should focus on the result rather than focusing on
Solving the problem is the focus.
Yeah.
How you reach there can be multiple pathways.
Obviously.
Some may require coding, some may not require coding. But I think the biggest thing is solving the problem. And I think there are so many good packages, so many good quantum chemical methods are there available. You know, the modern computing facility has also gone up, so you can compute them pretty quickly. And I guess IISER Bhopal has really good HPC clusters as well. So yeah, I think it's mainly about thinking about a good chemical problem, I think.
Okay. So you have won many prestigious scholarships and many prestigious fellowships you have won. You have also won like EMBO long-term fellowship. So what's the secret behind writing a winning research proposal?
Right. So there is no recipe as such. Okay. So I tried many times for different fellowship, and it was many times it was not successful.
Okay.
Okay. So, but the recipe, I think, for writing a winning proposal, what I can say is number one, your proposal should, at least the postdoctoral proposal, or let's say the doctoral one, it should try to solve a given problem in a much more depth. For example, this is my understanding. Okay. you should not try to also solve too many problems. But let's say you take one problem and actually go really in depth. Okay, that's very important. The second most important thing of writing this competitive proposal is the language used in the proposal.
Yeah.
It should be very plain. It should be very plain and simple, so that people from different field can understand at least the gist of the proposal. It should be written in a very plain language. And this is my, so if you use big words, I mean, I don't think it will pass through.
Okay.
I think it should be much simple, and the idea should be simple, at the same time complex. It should be reflective of everything that future possesses for that project. Okay. So it's a mix of many things.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So, sir, one last question that I have for you. So, what is the one piece of advice that you would like to give all the chemistry enthusiasts here at IISER or in the studying in other IISERs?
Right. I think there are many pieces of advice, but the one or two, if I had to give, would be within chemistry, it's so broad. Try as many subjects as possible.
Okay.
Every subject is beautiful, be it organic, inorganic, or supramolecular crystallography, or let's say computational chemistry. Try as many, because this is the time. Okay, because when you go for PhD, it becomes more central. So try as many subjects as possible. And the other very important piece of advice I would like to say is be brave. Take chances. The moment you take chances, you open yourself a whole new world, which was probably inaccessible for you before. So I think taking chances and being brave is very important. It just helps you, it just takes you to a different dimension altogether. Just think about it as a next step in your stairs towards the goal you want to achieve.
They get over the fear of chemistry that students generally have, that chemistry is really tough. It requires a lot of efforts. We have to get over that thing first.
Right. I mean, efforts are needed. I mean, not only in chemistry but in life in general. I mean, but if you're clear what you want to do, I think that is more important. And I think if all the efforts are into that,
Yes, sir.
and plus being brave, being bold enough, and I think that will help you. So I think consistency is very important. I think so. Being bold, brave, consistent. I think these are the few things I would like to tell to everyone.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for your time and for.
Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.